afternoon. What's your name and where are we today?
So I'm Jimmy, as most of you know, construction manager. I've been working with TSS for just over 10 years now. Today we're out at Multiplex's Royal Far West job in Manly. This project is an extension of the existing Royal Far West charity, which is behind, you can't quite see it here. Royal Far West are a charity that were founded in 1924, so they've been around for over 100 years. They predominantly work with children in rural areas, helping them get access to education and healthcare, stuff like that. The facility here provides a facility for kids with disabilities and learning difficulties. This development is going to be a mixed-use development, so 3 buildings, combination of residential, commercial, ground floor retail, and then some new facilities for the existing Royal Far West complex. That's a bit in a nutshell.
And it sounds like it's quite a big job. So has there been any challenges that you faced on this site? And what are 3 of your favourite things about working in this area?
Yeah, so the biggest challenges, one of the best things about the job, and also the biggest challenge, as you can see, we're very close to Manly Beach and the ocean over there. We're going down quite deep. We're going down below the water table. The substrata here is sand, which means it's very porous, so the water is essentially just trying to come back up to sea level. So all across site, there's pump pits everywhere, and there's a ton of chambers over there which are sucking the water out of the ground. They filter it and then they return it back into the stormwater network. Because they're pumping so much water out of the ground, they're changing the pore water pressure of the whole surrounding area, which means that all of the adjacent buildings is subject to movement through settlement in the foundation. So twice a week at the minute, we are out here doing monitoring of the shoring walls and then the adjacent structures and footpaths. We are seeing quite a lot of movement. Twice a week, like I say, we're out here doing the monitoring. Typically we'll take about 400 observations. And then the challenges are that we're not allowed to start until 7 AM because of the DA conditions and complaints from the local residents, even though we don't make any noise. But at 7 AM, you can see how much is going on around us here. There's 3 excavators operating on 4 excavators, a piling rig, a crawler crane, a tower crane. There's constant deliveries in and out of the site. So every time we turn up to the site, we're dealing with changing conditions, different layout of the site, vibration from machines, heat from the exhaust fumes, and these are all things that affect the accuracy of the survey. The requirement on the survey is to try and achieve plus or minus 1 millimetre, but when you're dealing with these kind of conditions, it makes it very, very challenging. Not to mention, we often turn up and the civil contractors chopped the prism off the wall and they've parked a container in front of survey monitoring points and stuff. So that's probably the biggest challenge. But then probably the best thing about the job, like I mentioned, is the location. I've lived on the northern beaches for the last 10 years, so it's nice to be involved in a job which is going to be contributing to the local community and new retail facilities and stuff, and obviously the charity here for the kids in the local area. Good job.
Well, what's unique about this site as opposed to ones you've worked on previously?
The construction itself, once it gets going, it's quite typical for a lot of the stuff we work on. We're definitely looking forward for it to get going. It's been a long time. The unique thing would be the ground conditions and the amount of monitoring and stuff that's had to go on in order just to get down to the basement level. Once the slab on ground goes down and they make everything watertight, then it's going to be quite a nice job to work on. Another unique thing is most days when I'm at work, I'll have friends that live in the area. They'll see us outside the site. They're stopping and asking what we're up to. Don't normally have that on our jobs when we're working out in other locations.
Sounds like a lot of fun. And sorry, whereabouts where are you from?
So I was born in England, born in Norwich. Grew up in England, just outside of Cambridge, before I moved to Australia. Moved to Australia when I was 24, so been here for 11 years next month.
All right, and what brought you to TSS on the other side of the world?
There was a lucky coincidence, I think, joining TSS. I came over backpacking, again, as most people know. I went through that in a bit of detail in my 10-year speech. Perhaps went on a little bit too long, so won't go into it in too much detail this time around. But yeah, I came over backpacking, and then after 6 months, decided I wanted to give it a shot and staying in Australia. Applied to TSS as the first company I applied for. Met Gary and Chris in the interview, and yeah, the rest is history. Here we are.
Sounds good. And look, what's your favourite part about Sydney? And is there anything in Sydney that you wish you had back home when you were growing up?
I think we can see it over there, and the fact that the golf is a lot better and you can play golf all year round. Just the lifestyle, the cleanliness, the fact that everyone's a lot more health conscious. Yeah, there's a lot of things, which is why I don't intend on moving back to England anytime soon.
Yeah, and I suppose you know, you're living on the beaches down in up in Narrabeen. How do you spend your weekends and spare time after work?
Mostly golf. Often, most weekends I'm playing golf, just hanging out, you know, with my partner and friends in the area. Yeah, that's it. Go running, that kind of stuff. Stay active. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Jimmy, and
yeah,
look forward to seeing more projects.
Yeah. Okay.